Many women complain that guys don't appreciate them enough. How do you know whether to blame men for not making enough effort or women for not showing enough gratitude?
I feel like it goes both ways. Personally, for me, it goes both ways. Men tend to not put effort into something they don't think is worth it, but some men tend to play women a lot of the time, so it just really depends, and men don't like putting effort into something they don't find worth it.
I think women don't show enough gratitude towards guys nowadays because like there's so many guys around. But like guys nowadays don't know gratitude towards women because I think they're like gay or something.
Women think men need to do more. Men think women expect too much. Which is it?
Women expect too much.
Is it harder to satisfy men or women?
Women, 100%.
I feel like it's more hard to satisfy women because women will have a lot of needs. They want to be taken care of, they want to be loved emotionally, physically, and materialistically.
We are picky, we are particular, and men can try, but sometimes they have to try a little bit harder because we have our ways, we have our boundaries, we have the past, and we have our experiences.
Is it harder to satisfy men or women?
Women.
Women, because they're so difficult.
So then why should men even bother trying to please women if they're never satisfied?
Well, because
Never satisfied.
Some
Only
girls are spoiled.
some women.
So
they're
why
like
not?
they're too entitled. Yeah.
You might as well spoil her.
When you like a guy, do you make any effort to impress him or do you just show up?
If I really like him, then I make the most effort to like do my makeup good, do my hair good. Like I want him to treat me like I'm high value, and I kind of feel like I'm only high value if I look good.
Why do so many women think looking your best is going above and beyond when it's really just the bare minimum?
Because at the end of the day, I feel like men only really care about what you look like, and like kind of what you can achieve is a second thought.
I feel like a lot of women put a lot of effort into their looks because they think that's what men want and like what women want, depending on what you're into.
We don't dress for men. We dress for ourselves.
I feel like women put in a lot of effort, even though, you know, they consider it the bare minimum. But to a lot of women, they're doing, you know, the most. You know, they're doing a lot to impress the guy or to impress the girl that they're talking to.
Isn't the man also expected to look and act his best?
Of course, yeah. First impression.
So why do so many women think looking and acting your best is going above and beyond when it's really just the bare minimum?
Shit. I feel like a lot of people do think that way when it is the bare minimum. So ladies, you got to bring a little bit more to the table. Just a little bit.
Who puts more effort into forming relationships, men or women?
Men.
Who puts more effort into ending relationships?
Women.
Why are 70% of divorces initiated by women?
Why are they? Usually because they're unhappy with the treatment that men are giving them. They're not happy with it.
If women are typically initiating the breakups, why aren't they the ones expected to initiate the hookups?
I feel like they feel like they're too good, maybe to approach somebody. No. Never mind. Delete that.
Okay.
I feel like men are more hungry for that kind of like hookup culture rather than women.
Because it's tough and it's very unfair. As a woman, you get hit on so much, you learn to be numb from it. But when a woman is attracted to a certain type of energy, a certain type of man, she will assert herself to take that step.
Are most women single by choice or by circumstance?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
I would say by choice. I feel like there's a lot of lonely cat ladies that are happy that they're lonely.
Are most women single by choice or by circumstance?
By choice.
By choice, these guys aren't about anything for real.
Are most men single by choice or by circumstance?
Circumstance, because you wanted that girl, but she didn't want you.
So why are we shaming men for staying home and watching OnlyFans when women are the ones choosing to remain single?
No, we're only shaming baby daddies.
You know, you choose to either be in a relationship or you choose to be single. And a lot of women choose to be single because a lot of the men and the dating population in general is just so messed up. Nobody is really dating anymore. Everybody's just wanting to have sex. Everybody's just wanting to do everything. So I feel like on a level, it's more of a choice than anything.
Are women's dating standards too high or are men just lazy?
I say too high.
I say men are lazy.
I feel like men are just lazy. Because nowadays, I feel like men just don't put in the effort. They kind of want to be the woman themselves. They want the flowers. They want to be treated out.
Very
it's
sassy.
just, Yeah, they just act like women.
I just don't think men are as forward as they used to be. I actually think that they want or wait for the women to be the aggressive ones, which we don't want to do. I'd much
I think they've been conditioned that way because that's what
they
society
think it's feminism. They think it's
it's
women
too
want
much.
to, yeah.
The man is trying to take charge.
Why do women think they're the only ones who deserve to be chased?
I don't think that they feel that way.
Why do women think they're the only ones who deserve to be chased?
I guess it showed in like movies where like the man always comes to the woman first, so I think that's the general idea. And plus I think it's more like manly and ladylike to be that sort of way. It's kind of traditional.
Why are lonely women more likely to make TikTok videos asking where all the good men are than they are to actually approach a man and ask him out?
I think they rather wish upon a star than actually go and find what they're looking for.
Delusion.
Yeah, I'm not into like looking for a guy that like doesn't want me. I want the guy that comes to me. I don't know why. It just feels better.
I think it's because they have it set in their mind that that's the man's job. But on the flip side of that, it's scary, just like it is for men to approach women.
Why don't women typically approach men?
I feel like if a woman is confident enough and she feels like she looks really good right then and there, and she's not, maybe introverted or shy, she would definitely go and approach somebody.
If a woman chooses to approach a man and shoot her shot, is she more or less likely to be rejected than if the man approaches a woman?
I feel like men are more likely to be rejected.
Yeah.
So why do you think that women fear rejection when they're far less likely to be rejected?
Because women are just more sensitive. They have more feelings into it. I feel like men, they're used to being rejected. They're used to being turned down, but women aren't. So when they get rejected, they feel it more personally.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the men that fear rejection?
Don't worry about it.
Why don't women just follow that same advice?
Shit. It's different. We have different emotions.
Why don't women just follow the same advice?
You are so good at this, aren't you? Because men are supposed to be the aggressor. I am not an aggressor, so I'm a woman. I think men are more aggressive, so you should come, you should do the approaching. And let me stay in my soft girl area.
Women want to be chased. They don't want to do the chasing.
So, related to that, if women approaching men is seen as desperate, why wouldn't it also make men look desperate?
It's just a different ball game for men and women. Like, as a woman, if you're approaching a guy, you're not in your feminine energy, you're in your masculine, and right off the bat.
Well, why is anything that women don't want to do labeled masculinity? Why do men choose soft, feminine, even plastic women over tomboys, and then complain about high-maintenance women who bring nothing to the table?
Because it's very intimidating when you have a woman that's very strong for themselves because it eats at their masculinity individually.
My opinion, I think that men want to feel dominant and in charge or manly, and so I think that's probably why they would choose those types of women over tomboys.
A woman in her feminine will never chase, she'll attract.
Why would men want feminine women when many women are using femininity as an excuse to not be accountable?
Because the world's just freaking confused.
I think it's about the optics. I think that men want to be with women with the boobs and like the ass and everything. And I think that that's kind of what it's about, and they think that that's what they want.
Women, they put in the work to shower, shave, do their makeup, do their hair, set the powder, do all of this, get dressed right, make sure your lotion is on, the glitter is on. Why the f would we go up to a man and expect them?
I mean, aren't men also expected to look their best?
Yes, but women are the prize.
Because women are the prize.
Why aren't men ever the prize?
Men can be the prize, but they have to earn it.
How come women don't have to earn it?
Because we're the prize.
Who determines that? Why can't just men just say we're the prize and just that's the truth?
Okay, men are the prize. I'm gonna start chasing them. I don't know. Women see themselves on a like a pedestal. But I want to say my answer, but I'm putting everybody down.
Why are women more likely to approach men for business than for dating?
Those women, it's not all women, it's the gold diggers. We don't want to be associated with that.
If women approaching men is seen as desperate, why wouldn't it also make men look desperate?
Men do look desperate.
I feel like women see themselves on a pedestal, and they don't want to be seen as desperate whatsoever because we're the women. We're the catch here. You have to come and get us. When it comes to a guy, I mean, yes, they're a catch as well. If you get the good one, you get the good one.
Well, why is dating advice always about coaching men to step up to women as opposed to asking women to step off their pedestal and meet a man on equal terms?
I think they both need to meet each other in the middle. I'm not going to lie. I don't think anybody is perfect, and I always know there's room for betterment.
Why would men want to approach women when they no longer have to worry about just being rejected, but also have to worry about being accused of harassment?
That's scary. I wouldn't want to be a man, honestly.
I feel bad for men.
Yeah.
Rather than complain, why don't women step up and set the example? Why don't women start approaching men rather than complain how men approach them?
Because women like that, they have too much pride and too much ego into themselves, and they think a certain way of how a woman is supposed to be, when really women are supposed to be ladylike and strong and like grounded in themselves. And that's when the woman power really does show up, is being kind.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of women out here are pretty bad, and I get where you guys are coming from. It's like, cut you guys some slack. I feel like everybody should be a little smart to decipher if that's the person they really want to work for, because when it comes down to that, then you have no issue working for that person if you really love them.
Why are men expected to bring more to the table than they ever have for women who bring less to the table than they ever have?
I think that has to do with, again, tradition, because back in the day, men provided more and the woman, stayed at home, cooked, cleaned, catered the children. But I think that's just the general idea that they have. But in today's society, since women want to be equal, it should be equal into a relationship, half and half.
So why then have we changed everything where it concerns women while men are still expected to play by the same old-fashioned gender roles?
I think it's selfish if the woman thinks that a man should still go by the traditional way when she doesn't, and still have that selfish mindset, oh, you cater to me and I do whatever I want. That's not how it goes.
Would you say that the majority of women have that mindset?
It depends. I think it's growing by the numbers now, but not all women have that mindset.
Not all, but would you say that the majority?
I would say that a lot of the women have changed a lot more so to where it makes it really hard for men. A lot of these women are really, really tough. They have a lot of walls up. They stepped into some shoes that are just really hard for men. And if they could just be pure and get back to themselves, we could get back to how it was, where everything was just fair.